What's good? It's your boy Hollywood Chuck, and I'm here with Amanda Vaughn, CEO, founder of Loving Handz Child Care Center, right?
Yes.
What's good with you? How you feeling this evening?
I'm feeling okay. Thank you for having me.
That's what's up. And so I brought you on because I wanted to talk about Loving Handz Child Care Center and curriculums. I want to start right there because you was telling me previously before we got online that that's more of child home care service and not child care service.
Yes. So home care would be more of a relaxed environment, as if a family member were taking care of your child.
Mm-hmm.
Just making sure of the safety, which will happen in a center or in a home. Making sure that they've eaten, that they're cared for in your absence. They may play. They do learn some lessons. There are some very good home care centers, not to slight them,
Right.
but there are some very good home care centers, but it's more of a relaxed environment.
So that's the difference between.
Yeah, both
more
environments are professional environments,
Mm.
but home care would be a little bit more relaxed than center-based.
Yeah. So center base is
Child
more
care.
school orientated.
Yes, both would have a curriculum,
Mhm.
but it would be more relaxed in a home care setting, whereas in the center, there are many requirements needed. Education, which will be a requirement for both. Lesson
For the teacher
plans.
and the student.
Yes.
And they are,
So-
and y'all are considered teachers.
Yes, we are teachers.
Okay.
We are not babysitters.
Yeah, we want to
are
get that
teachers.
correct. They are teachers. They are teachers, y'all.
So, I have an associate's degree. My associate's
You gotta have a degree.
You don't have to have a degree. You can have your CDA, which is your Child Development Associate Certificate. It's the first step to education, being in child care, or there are some CDAs in the school systems.
Mhm.
They may work as a teacher's aide in child care. Since we're teaching a younger population, it's early child education instead of K through 5. They would be considered a lead teacher in child care settings.
Now, give me the definition of a CDA, because I don't know.
It's Child Development Associate.
Okay.
So
And that's
once-
a degree that you get.
that's a certification.
Certification. Okay.
Yes, you could have an associate's degree and go for your CDA as well. They do have programs in different colleges and community colleges. You could also have a high school diploma or a GED and go through a training program, and it's different organizations that offer those trainings. I highly suggest that you go to
A reputable one.
absolutely.
What's some of the good ones that they can actually go to get, or do they just got to search for
I
themselves?
would definitely, number one, I would say Cuyahoga Community College. I am an alumni of Community College Tri-C.
Graduate.
Yes, I am. And they have a beautiful program. I would rate them number one. Second, it's a resource program called Starting Point here in Cleveland, where you could get your CDA as well if you have your GED or high school diploma and you're not prepared to start school. School is not for everyone.
Right. So, what made you start in child care? Was it your love for children?
Yes. I've always had a connection with children, and teachers helped touch me when I was a younger child. I was that student that was eager to answer those questions. I loved going to school. I had a couple teachers that really impacted me, and it just, opened my mind up to want to be an educator.
It inspired you, huh?
I started naturally just teaching my younger siblings.
Really?
We would play school. I mean, just thinking back on it, everything prepares you for the future.
Wow, yeah.
Yep. And I've been in child care officially since I was 16 years old.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. I worked with my mother. I was her emergency care provider. She was a home care provider. And when I got older, I always helped her. I would help her in some type of capacity. Either I would drive for her, I would be her emergency care provider when she was on vacations, or
So
if she
it
had
was
to
like
run
always a
errands.
family business.
It always was.
That's
Yes.
dope.
Yeah, I've worked in other fields, but I never left childcare.
Let me ask you a question. So when did Luving Handz come about? When did you establish your business?
So Luving Handz was established in 2013, and all our paperwork was submitted in 2012. The state approved our documents in 13, and we officially opened our doors November 5th, 2014. So we're going on our 9th year this year.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah. How rigorous is it to get your business going as a child care center? Because I know it's a lot of red tape involved.
Yes, so there's paperwork that needs to be filled out. You have to apply for your LLC or whatever you decide to do, your S Corp or what have you. You have to establish your business with the state. Once you've done that, you need to go in and read the child care manual, read the requirements. You need to make sure that your education requirements and your staff requirements meet what the state requirements are. You have to start learning those state guidelines, those policies. You have to have all the equipment that's needed. You have to absolutely have the physical location.
Yeah.
You have to be, you have to know how to do lesson planning and lesson implementation. You can write a lesson plan, that's fine, but how are you going to present this to these children where
Right.
they retain this information that you're trying to teach them?
So with the curriculum part, so as you come in the morning, is it like school?
It is. So I'll just give you an example.
And is it classrooms?
Different classrooms. There's 4 different classrooms at Luving Handz, and the only class that does not have a rigid schedule will be our infant class. Those children eat, drink, sleep when
babies.
when they want to.
Yeah.
They are the bosses in that classroom.
Yeah.
We offer our other children choices. We give them options, and again, we do creative curriculum, which is emergent learning.
You were saying
It's
that,
based
yeah.
on things that interest the child, because when you teach a child based upon their interests, they'll retain that information.
How important is that to do that coming from home to child care? Like how important is, like, do you tell the parents, hey, this is the curriculum that we teaching the child, your child, you should possibly study with them, they doing pretty good in this area, things like that?
Yes, so we put it in our in our family handbooks. We let them know upon interview and walk through before their child begins the program. We do verbals with our parents. We also do, for our younger children, papers that we send home with the parent, letting them know what their children ate, what topics they have learned. That way, if they want to reinforce it, they can. Our older students, such as pre-K, we may send handouts home once weekly, just for them to do something with them over the weekend. A lot of our parents are good with working with their children one-on-one, but some of our families, this is 2023, are very busy, especially our single parents. They're up, and they may only have a few hours a day to dedicate to their children besides working and keeping a home.
So are you a 24-hour day child care center?
No, we are not.
And is it a such thing as that?
Yes, it is. We are able to run at 24 hours, but our current hours are 6 a.m. through 11 p.m. Monday through Friday.
So y'all basically almost stay open 24 hours.
Yes, so we're available for anybody working first shift, second shift, or swing shift.
And so, like, that's giving y'all time to recoup, because I know that it's kind of, kids can be a bit much. They can be a handful,
Yes.
and along with the parents.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll also have parents that work maybe third shift and their children attend during the day. While they sleep, their children are learning around their careers.
How do you gain the trust of kids? Because, you know, they won't listen. They antsy. You know what I'm saying? They like to run around. You know, so how do you gain the trust of a kid that you just met?
So kids build trust the same way we do.
Yeah.
Children are people just like us. They speak their minds. To me,
Right.
children remind
funny,
me.
yeah.
Children are blunt. They're very, very honest. They're hilarious because they speak the truth.
Right.
They really do. I compare younger children to our elderly populations because
wow.
you know, if I don't want to eat this, I'm not eating this.
Period.
I want to do this, and this is all I want to do.
Yeah.
But you have to learn to give children options, just continuity of, I'm here 5 days a week when you are here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm dedicated, and I'm not gonna give up on you.
Right.
If you did have a bad day, it's a reset. The next day is a new day.
Mm-hmm.
We help teach them resilience. Other kids that have been in attendance longer than some of my newer children, they also help, and they teach them the routine.
So you kind of like got some kids that's been seasoned already, that you already
Absolutely
been dealing with for years.
Yeah, and when you work with children, they'll pull you in. They'll say, "Okay, it's circle time. Okay, it's time for puzzles," or "Okay, it's
And they
time
gain
for
them like a little friend and
yeah,
everything.
absolutely. And they'll help usher them around the class, and then once they get into the routine,
It's normal.
It's absolutely just an everyday routine.
So have you ever had a child for the 7 years? Because I know it's six to 13 years old.
Yes, 6 weeks to 13.
And how like bittersweet is it for you to have raised a kid from that age to 13, and then they leave, and have they ever came back?
Yes, I've had children come back that were in our care that worked for me. They have worked for me.
Really?
I have had children that were in our care over the years who bought their children once they were adults.
That's called good service.
Yes, thank you.
Great service, you know.
And I'm passionate about what I do. I just love teaching children, especially children in the inner city. I was an inner city child. I still live in Cleveland. I don't live in a surrounding suburb. I love Cleveland.
You can move anywhere you want.
And I just try to reach children in that area. We're in the Huff community,
Mm-hmm.
and that area means a lot to me.
You grew up in Huff?
My mother grew up in that
Okay.
neighborhood.
Yeah.
And I come from East 40th, but I have a passion, and I just want to be able to reach a child like me.
Yeah.
For the better.
Because you grew up on you know your mother was from Huff. You grew up on 40th, but you became a teacher. You didn't let the surrounding things consume you, and take you from what you really what your focus was.
Yes, and I feel like when you touch a child at an early age and you give them a thirst for education, it'll carry them through life. You may go through trials and tribulations, but you'll remember those people that impacted you, and you'll stay the course.
Let me ask you a question, Amanda. With your staff, how do you pick your staff? Is it something that you actually see in them, or is it like you apply for a job and then you just get that job, or is this like you really looking into who they are?
So I'm looking for a few things. Key things that they say to me during the interview. If they have had experience, how long they have had that experience, and if you meet the qualifications. I've had trial and error.
Yeah.
It's been child care can sometimes be a revolving door. I have many people who have been with us for years. Mm-hmm. But I do have some, people that come and go.
Yeah.
But I have had people that come and go that are still in touch with me. Mm-hmm. They came and left and came back again.
Yeah.
And
as long as they kept a good rapport.
Yeah. At Luving Handz, it's more of a family dynamic. I'm not, you know,
Right.
down their necks. Is more of a relaxed environment. I try to help them when I see a teacher needs help in an area, help strengthen them in those areas, because if I don't, the kids are not going to get the education that they need. And you can't just go in to a job like a robot day in and day out. You can always seek improvement.
So we talked about all of the great things that child care provides. What about discipline? Because you might get a child who, and a parent is like, I'm at work, I can't come, and they just acting up. They having a rough day today. This kid having a rough day, or a rough week sometimes.
Yeah, you have to know. You have to be in communication with the families. You have to get to know the families and build a rapport with not just the child, and build a trust with the child, also their families.
Yeah.
Once you do that, you'll know what's going on, because they might tell you, even if it's in passing.
Yeah.
Grandma just passed, or unfortunately, maybe dad passed, or we just moved from here to this new home.
Yeah.
The littlest changes in a child's environment can affect their education. It can divide their attention when it's time for them to learn. So we just try to keep our eyes and ears open, and we keep the lines of communication open. But I've had kids. We have.
Is that something that's taught in the curriculum when y'all get y'all degrees and stuff like that? Is that something like?
It's not. It's something that's. Well, it's taught. It's taught to a degree, to build a rapport with the families.
Because y'all gotta kind of be like psychologists a little bit.
Yeah, but the more you work with a group, the more you understand that group.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you'll know when things are different, or if you have a child and they're easygoing, and then one day they come in and they're angry and they're upset, and you know that this is not their norm. This is not Johnny's norm.
Yeah.
You know. So then, like I said, children are people. We might sit down and just talk to them. I see you not having a good day.
What's
like,
going
you know,
on?
you get on the, you know, I can't guess how you feel, but I see you're not having a good day. You know, you don't have to talk about it unless you want to. You know, we get them options. I have a corner for them to go in where it's books. They can listen to a radio. They can hold a stuffed animal. They can fall asleep in it. It's like little recliners in their classrooms. They can fall asleep in those. Sometimes it's something as simple as, I didn't go to bed till 2 o'clock. My school agers, I was up gaming until 3.
the 12, the 10.
And now they're cranky, you know. Yeah, just it could be something that simple. It doesn't have to be anything so traumatic, but you got to be in tune to catch those things, or else if you're not able to catch them clues, you'll drive yourself crazy.
Yeah,
then
what is wrong with
them? Out of control.
Yeah.
When you can just get it back in control if you just stay tuned in.
What's some of the things that you want people to know about Luving Handz Child Care Center that they might not know?
Okay, so Luving Handz Child Care Center, we are 1-star rated center. In Ohio, you can go from 1 to 5. We've been 2 rated in the past, but due to open door, we've had to go down to a 1. We'll be reapplying for our 2nd star, and next year our goal is to apply for star 3.
So what does that mean?
So stars are rating scales with the state. Some centers don't have a star. They might be in their provisional, and then stars are through step up to quality. So if you have a star 5, you have teachers with, maybe they have their PhD, their master's degrees, things of that nature. They're more on the level of a 3, like a K through 5 or a K through 8 school.
Okay.
So we have degree teachers. We have teachers with their associate's degrees, a bachelor degree teacher. We have teachers with their CDA. We're able to go up to about a 3, but we gradually go up. We don't just jump from one to another. So the goal is to go to 2, And then next year's goal is to become a
So
Star
that's
3
that.
rated
So
center.
that's that flag that I see with the stars on it outside of
Yes.
people's daycares.
Yes.
So
If your star rated is just a quality,
Yeah, I was
it's a
about to ask you
standard
that.
above what the state requires.
Okay, so that means that you're doing. So if you got 1, 2, or 3, you are doing very, very well.
You are doing good because you're doing more than what the state requires you to do.
Okay, and so
One is just a beginning.
okay, and so it's not a lot of people that carry them stars.
So if you're in your provisional or if you're getting cited a lot, you can drop down and you can lose them.
What would cause the daycare to get cited?
Different things.
A major site.
A major citing would be someone came in, your state specialist, to observe your child care center, and no one opened the door.
So
That's a
like y'all
major
not
one.
open,
Yeah.
but y'all saying y'all open.
Well, if you're actually open, but you're saying you're not open, and you don't let that state official
so
in.
you hide the fact that you open.
Absolutely, because it's like a red flag that you have something to hide.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you kind of like.
So that's one of the major ones. If someone is there and they're working without qualifications, so they don't have a high school diploma or a GED at all, that's the minimum requirement to be in childcare, even if you're doing housekeeping.
Yeah.
So just things of that nature you can get cited for. Paperwork not being in order, those are small citations that you fix.
Make sure y'all got y'all stuff in order.
Yeah.
She giving y'all the game.
Yeah.
You know, if you in childcare and you got these things that you need to fix, you know, you hearing it from somebody who's been dedicated, who's got well seasoned, basically a master in childcare service. You know, so you want to take heed to this.
And another thing about Luving Handz that you might not know is we have a family appreciation day every year.
Oh yeah.
And our family appreciation day is this Friday.
Oh wow, it's coming up.
It's a celebration for the community, not just our families. It's for our children, the families we serve, and the community that we operate in and serve. We'll have it's somewhat like a fair. We'll have bouncy houses, face paint, DJs. We have different games going on, different vendors there, and we just do this as a thank you to the community on location. We do this as a thank you to the community and thank you to the families that we serve.
That's 1885
East 79th Street.
East 79th Street, Cleveland, Ohio. That's 1885 East 79th Street, Cleveland, Ohio. You know, you want to stop by there. It's going to be fun, food, games, education for the kids. You know, you want to come out. You want to talk to Amanda Vaughn, right? And, you know, get to know her. You know, if you got children that you want to get in child care, if you need that service, she can provide that service for you.
Absolutely.
You know, is it something? So your staff, what's the age ranges from there? Can you? Because you said you was in child care at 16.
Yes.
So, what is the earliest hiring age for someone to get in child care?
It would be 18, just because the requirement is GED or high school diploma.
And you are looking for people to apply.
Yes, and in the past, we weren't able to take advantage this summer, but majority of the summers that we've been in operation, we have worked with the YOU program, where we have had teens able to come in just to check it out and see
Like
if it's a field that they would like to be in.
Like an apprenticeship.
Yes, in the summer, and then we did a year-round program through the YOU program as well, and so I take younger children through that program, through that avenue, but as far as permanent staff, usually 17 to 18, because you must possess your high school diploma or your GED.
Yeah, go ahead and get them. There's nothing wrong. You got to be like Amanda Vaughn here. You know, started very young, had a passion for it, went to school, worked, and then became her own boss. You know, so it was steps that you had to take
Yes.
to, you know, get to the levels. There's levels to this, young ladies and young men.
Yes.
You
And
know,
it
so
don't stop.
and it don't stop. You know.
Yep, I'll be back in school very soon.
Okay. And if they want to reach out to you, where could they reach out to you at? What can they call you?
So you can reach us at 216-417-0500. That's 417-0500, 216 area code. You can come in person at 1885 East 79th Street, Cleveland, Ohio, 44103. We're available. Our administrative hours are 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday, and that's for job inquiries as well as child care services.
Come on, get with her, y'all. Thank y'all for watching. Keep on watching. It's your boy Hollywood Chuck with another outlet platform, top podcast. Make sure y'all go check out Luving Handz Child Care Center. What day? What's the date for the appreciation?
So our Parent Appreciation Day will be this Friday, August 11th.
August 11th.
From 1 to 5.
Make sure y'all pop out.
Thank you for having us.